Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. I have an announcement to make. Spirit has instructed me that as soon as this reading is over, I am packing up all the cards on the table, ready for my move. And the whole of this service is going to shift now, and it's going to be predominantly newsletter run. Because of the way that future events is about to start to pan out into the outer world. And what do I mean by this? I have been working with Spirit for many, many decades, and in order to be able to address some of the social issues on the outer world, up until now I have only been discussing mainly the inner world and holding the vibration to the 7th dimension level, to your heart center, holding the vibration and being love. This will actually, instead of me running a course, by honouring moment by moment being in the heart center, you will receive all the protection that you need for the energies that we are about to go through. This is the source of the energy of your own protection, direct from source. So you don't need somebody like me or anybody else telling you do this or do that in a course-like manner. It is more powerful when you understand the teachings that is overflowing from your soul and your inner child, from your place of being in the 7th dimension of pure love vibration. That's all it takes. You are all there. All you need to do is to work on moment by moment of being in the heart center and being love. Everything else will follow and come to you. And the way things are shifting is back over to my books. With this eclipse, this final eclipse, I've had a massive revelation, a massive download of information. And it's one that I've been seeking for quite some time. And I was not prepared to release my books, which has all the spiritual healing and the way forward for humanity set within the pages. You need to be a seeker to understand this. And somebody who's actually said on looking at the book, it is not a 3D book. It is well above the 3D understanding. And it has a purpose, because the book itself and the bookmark they'll only be in printed format. They're not going to be found as an ebook. And the purpose is there's going to be a bookmarker with each book. And this will entitle you to register for my gifting, like my self-taxing, to start to reset the troubled areas of this planet. And we're talking by gifting 12% of the value of the book back to you in the 4 key areas of life. The first one will be platinum, which will be looking at reforestation and social aspects. That's 1/4 of it. 1/4 of it is to continue to trade, for you to spend, but only within an environment where the business has come from a heart of love. So if you have a business yourself and you want to follow this and sign up for it, once you have your book and your bookmarker, you will have a key number that you can come and register in to receive your free ongoing gifts. This is whole of life and beyond that. And we will be going over to blockchain to allow other people to be able to then enter when they can understand. This is just a trialing. But it will also go into areas of health and areas of education. So it's an entirely new system that is not bound by the systems that have provided an unworthy service. This is taking things into our own hands to provide you with the future legacy of an alternative way of education, an alternative way of healing, and an alternative way of social structures through the bookmark that is going to be made available. And then other businesses can come in under one or more than one of the categories and also take part of this involvement. And I've been working for all of my life to be able to get to this moment of the resetting of the way the finances are done in the world. And this is not one of the crypto. It is not one of the already recognised banking forms. This is a free-flowing, using gifting as the root of all trading for the future, and it will actually align with the higher vibrational beings beyond this planet when the borders become open, that we will be trading, we'll be ready to trade with those who work with the seventh dimension heart energy. More and more will be put out with the monthly newsletter. So this service will be shutting down, So Spirit, although I'm very sad to have to announce this. I may do the odd private one, but only for those that are signed up for the newsletter that can follow where these energies are shifting in these very interesting times. This is what we've come here for and this is where we're going to be heading out. So although they said just to pack everything away, I'm going to push beyond the boundaries and see if we can actually come up with some last messages to come through or not. I've asked them to just keep the borders open to be able to, for me to be the channel for this. And yes, do stay, because this is going to evolve to a fantastic way of being. And this is where you can also learn and explore so much to be able to bring a new world, but not of what's going out there, not by fighting and not by having to stand, but just by being love, and by being love, gifting a new way of health and well-being and education, but not the education that has failed us miserably. We're talking about those who are pioneers into a better way of allowing our little ones and also a whole of life to be able to expand and to explore. We have one. And to grow. So this is not the ending, this is the beginning. And I'm very, very excited for what is to come about. The adverts for the book will be going out, should start in about September time, and it will be there for Christmas. And the limited edition hardback would make a very nice Christmas or seasonal present. And there's also the hardback, the paperback version for those who just want to go in at the lower end. And there's also the package where you can have one of each and gift one away and keep one for yourself. It's all possibilities, and they will all be ready for Christmas time. Oh, and they said, without further ado, cut the pack and let us see what we've got. And this one we've got is To Be Fair. And There's a 38. This is 11. This is a gateway. This is a master number. This is a gateway. And we are going through a portal. Today is a portal. We have done the journey. Many of us are coming out of lockdown. Some didn't even go into lockdown. But there is changes, for good or not so good, around the world. And it is time to step out and to balance what we have experienced, how things have panned out on this planet, and how we wish to go forward with the wisdom of who we are. And what they're saying is that you have now seen the way that the world operates with clarity within the heart and within your mind. We have this little owl here that's giving clarity. And in the balancing up of all that's been going on and the lack of fairness, where do you want to take your life from here on in? You are the master of you. 11 is a master number. You are in full mastery, holding the vibration of the 7th dimensional timeline. You are so powerful that you can bring into balance from the understanding of what's happening, and without having to disagree or to argue with anybody at all, you can be very fair to yourself and make a decision that you no longer wish to participate in the way that is panning out. Yes, we are still part of that world, but it's time for a shift. And we're talking silently as snow falls throughout the night. On awakening, we have a blanket of snow that has covered everything, and everything looks crisp and clear and fresh. You are the snowflakes that are falling from heaven to earth to blanket out everything that has been disastrous upon this planet. And how can you do that? Within your heart center, within your wiseness of your mind. You have gone to the 13th keystone, which is being the wisdom. It's gone beyond the 10, so you have experienced knowledge and transformed it into wisdom. Wisdom is the only one that we, as a 7th dimensional timeline being, will tolerate and align with. Everything else we do not engage, not even in conversations or topics or whatever. They are saying to leave this here. They're not going to pull any more cards. We are just to have the one here today. And take that image of the fact that everything is going to be cleared away by you, by just shifting the balance within your mind and heart so that they align, shifting the balance. You no longer have to agree within your mind what is going on. Yes, we navigate with them, and that is not a problem, but it is only within your inner self that you are going to now change the outer world. And we have a plan. We have always had a plan. And it is now time to activate that plan into this world, to begin a new form of trading, one that self-taxes, which means to say that being a self-tax, you can decide that only those who are of a position to honour a pure way of being can become part of this community. It is open to everybody. but only for those who are vibrating and willing to put in the work, the inner work. And for those of you who have businesses, I have been assured right from a young age that when I was to be birthed on this planet, there will be many, many businesses, new businesses, and established businesses that have always held to the vibration of inner love. And now I'm inviting you to join with me, no matter what your sphere is, and to take up your place within, to have a core essence of what we call the 13 elders. And that doesn't equate to age whatsoever. It just means to say the 13 wise beings will be the sole essence of what is about to go out onto the world. This is not just me, this is you. This is why you have come to this planet. This is why you have been watching my videos. So I implore you, sign up for the Etmir News. The details are below. And from then, we will meet again through being and receiving the newsletter. I'm told I'm allowed to pick one card from here. Oh, we have two. Okay, we have two. And yes, take them both. And the first one, to feel your innate sense of truth, develop open-mindedness. And by opening your mind to understand what it is that we have finally been through, that's awakened so many people that enough is enough, you have accessed the truth, your innate sense of truth, and so can now step out and face the world with open-mindedness. We here have a plan. Are you going to be part of that plan? This is going to be a legacy for the future, for future generations. We have an amazing journey ahead, but it's not the one that those who are in control are going to try and to influence you. You've already balanced out where they are at. And the other one is, let love be your motivation for action. And this card in itself just about rounds up every single reading that I have been doing for you since we began. Let love be your motivation for action. The balance. Love does not hold an out of balance mind. Truth. Your true north being sent off and gifted to somebody else. No, you know your own truth. You honour your own truth. And through your own truth and your creativity of your life in whatever form that may take, let it be love. And I will leave that with you for today. And please do make sure that you sign up for the Etmir News. I aim to get them out for the new moon cycles. And they will expand to incorporate these new teachings, this new resetting of all the social requirements through health, education, trading, and also social, the 4 key areas that we will be embracing within our own self-taxation. The form of the gifting, as in my book, as an example, is the value itself. And it's not the monetary value that is attached to the book, it's the actual value that 12% of my gift to you, I add to you also as a gift to be able to use within these manners. I was taught many decades ago to go and consider supermarkets. And they said to me, look at the supermarkets. They take of your money. You have inferior food. And they keep the taxation that should have been gifted back to you, the 12%. And then you're expected to find another 12% and give it to the government. So you are being taxed twice over. Not very pleasant. It is quite cruel. So take taxation in our own hands, your own hands, and let us diminish a system that is unjust, unfair, and unworthy of you. Let us continue with a clean slate as you allow, by being the snowflake of purity, to fall upon this earth and to settle and to be part of the blanket of snow, the crisp, clean, clear blanket of snow, that all that is and all that we have been through is a faded memory that will eventually no longer exist. Have a fantastic future, whichever way you choose to be, and may your heart star shine brightly. Until we meet again.